I wanted to talk to y'all today about Superman, the release of the TV spot. It was about a 30-second spot. It showed a couple things, but the most interesting thing was Superman in flight. And this seems to be the talk right now. If you've seen the trailer, you've probably seen the responses to it. Now, my response to it, it's whatever. I'm not too impressed. I haven't been too impressed with any of it so far. You know, it's interesting to me the way the whole thing is going with the movie. Now, I try not to be too rude or talk about people, you know, but the image, like when he's flying, the look on his face. Now, somebody commented, I was watching Tyrone Magnus, and he said something about his eyes. I started to laugh because, yeah, I could see it, but I wasn't, I was like, okay, whatever. I'm thinking maybe, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is. Maybe he's flying so fast that his eyes is just blowing. I don't know. It just doesn't look. It gives Superman 2017 type vibes. It's interesting this whole situation with this movie because there's some rumors floating around about the budget on this movie. Now some people have said it's like 360 something, okay? And James Gunn has denied that. Now we've heard that they might have gotten some tax credits or something, and that's probably in the neighborhood of about 60 something $1 million, which is cool. So we'll say maybe they got about a $300 million movie on their hands. Now, in order to get their money back, they got to make 750. But we talking about the movie before advertising, and advertising is typically about 100 million. So is that before the tax credit? Were they talking about 460 something million? Because that's insane. And nobody's talked about. There was a rumor floating around that the budget for this movie was somewhere close to 600 million. Now that's hard to believe, and I'm gonna get to why. Even that 460 something, but at 300, like it doesn't even look like WB has that kind of money floating around to be doing that with. But this is a character that they're really taking a big chance on, so you never know. So let's say 360 something million tax credit, 300 million advertising. Now, from what I understand, Cinehouse posted something. Cinehouse said that there isn't going to be a Super Bowl Superman trailer. There's not going to be any DC trailers at the Super Bowl. And I was shocked by that because if that's true, that's like one of their biggest opportunities to get this movie out in front of people. They're probably going to rely on TV spots and trailers and stuff like that going closer to the movie, but they already started the campaign 6 months before, 6 or 7 months before the movie. More recently, it's cutting it close, but I mean, more recently it's normal, but before it was cutting it close. And with a movie like this, I think you want to get the word out a little bit sooner. Now, Alien Romulus tried to do that shit, it didn't work. Now you got this situation with, like I said, the budget and no Super Bowl trailer. Now, maybe the fact that there's no Super Bowl trailer is, you know, one reason why the budget isn't what it will be, because a Super Bowl trailer would cost a lot. It would cost a lot. So if they're avoiding that, then they're obviously trying to avoid forking out a whole bunch of money. It kind of shows with the costumes and all the other shit in the movie. Needless to say, these movies, the Batman, Spider-Man, and this upcoming Superman, all of them rely on you having watched the previous versions of these characters in order to just jump right into this shit here. Now, look, I've discussed with friends over a decade ago about the fact that we don't need to keep seeing the origins of these characters. We've seen them plenty of times. We know them. If anybody doesn't know them, they can go back and watch something and catch up on that. And especially if it's already there, you don't have to retread. Just do something new. And they're just now getting that. Okay, they're just now understanding that. But I don't understand, why is it that they're trying so hard to bring back Christopher Reeve. It's not going to happen. It's Christopher Reeve was a one of one, and they trying to keep the same music, and I it's just time to try to do something new. Now, like I said, I watched Spider-Man 2 the other night, and It was great, man. It's still great. But when I watched it, I started to think, is this the feeling that they're going for with this Superman? Are they going to try to make it like this? Now, I miss those kinds of superhero movies, especially the ones where the person would get their powers and then something would happen and then you go and you see all in their bloodstream and shit, the whatever it is got into them, the mutagen or whatever, and they start changing from the inside and shit, and you see all that. They don't do that no more. I think they did it with the New Mutants and shit was whack. But yeah, they don't really do that no more. You know? And they could do some things like they used to do in those old flicks in this new Superman, but the fact that it just looks like such a fucking downgrade from what we had. It's a big disappointment for a lot of people. And but some people are really holding out hope that, it's gonna be something cool, and we're just gonna have to see how it plays out. Yeah, you're getting I mean, we had a Superman movie back in the day that I wasn't too fond of. That Brandon Roof or Brandon Routh, however you say his last name. Man, I was not feeling that shit at all. Until Henry Cavill came around, I was pretty sure I didn't need to watch any other Superman movies. I tried to get into Superman and Lois. I did. I really did. And I just couldn't. I don't know. I'll give it another chance. I tried a couple times to watch the show, and I get about the same. I get about 2, 3 episodes in, and I just stop watching. So, whatever. Whatever they trying to do, I don't know if it's gonna work for them, but shit, man, shit ain't looking like all too great. So we'll see how it goes. Whatever. So go ahead and check out some other videos, and we'll be talking again real soon.